Right now, commuters are taking caution on the roads as winter weather hits Wisconsin hard. Also, flags are at half-staff today as we remember longtime Wisconsin U.S. Senator Herb Kohl. And we are following the Badgers down in Tampa ahead of the ReliaQuest Bowl New Year's Day clash with LSU. You're watching News 3 Now at 5. Well, to close out the new year, Mother Nature delivered us some of that beloved Wisconsin winter weather. And tonight, we have live team coverage with Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti, along with reporter Maddie Heimsch. Both are monitoring current conditions out there. Let's begin with Gary, who's out of the weather patio, giving us a peek at his first warn forecast. Gary?
Hey, guess what? You probably needed this today. We haven't had to use it much at all this fall and early winter, but we have a slushy wet snow. I mean, this is kind of what it looks like, you know, that slushy stuff that's hard to shovel, but fortunately it was about an inch or two, mainly this morning, and then things have really settled down since then, although we're still getting some light snow in the backyard. Snow Vision snowfall estimates about an inch or two, maybe a little bit more in a few spots right around the Madison area, a little bit less out to the west of Madison. Visible cloud track shows plenty of clouds, but they are starting to break up in the northern part of the state, and we'll see some sunshine tomorrow. Most of the accumulating snow now is into Iowa and northwestern Illinois, and the snow mixing with rain across the rest of southern Wisconsin. You can see that there on high-resolution radar, and the rain and snow continues to wind down as we head through the evening and early overnight hours, so I think most of the accumulating snow is over with. Low temperatures this morning in the upper 20s, so it was a little colder than expected. That allowed the snow to stick a little bit more, but right now temperatures for the most part are above freezing by only a few degrees, but here in Dane County it's 34 in Madison, 35 in Middleton, and temperatures mainly in the low to mid 30s. Look for temperatures to stay nearly steady in the middle to upper 30s with a mix of rain and snow this evening. Again, little in the way of additional accumulation. Later on, I'll take a look at our prospects for melting some of the snow over the next couple of days as temperatures turn mild again.
All right, Gary, thank you. Evening commuters are dealing with the wet conditions on their way home from work tonight. Let's continue our live team coverage and send it over to Maddie Heimsch. How's it looking out there, Maddie?
Eric, I'm here off Verona Road and the Beltline, where the snow is slowing down since this morning and since earlier this afternoon. Like Gary said, some of that slushy accumulation building up, but the roads are moving pretty smoothly. And we saw a couple accidents on the road this morning, but now we're seeing more snow plows show up. Earlier today, I spoke with Matt Wingrove, the president of Madison Snow Removal. He says the lack of snow this December has forced the company to lay off employees. They've scrambled to find alternative projects to give their employees hours and keep the company afloat.
For last month, you know, we got some guys that they're they were depending on it, waiting on it, so they're trying to find fill-in work until it does actually take off. So it's not too bad. They're ready to work once it does snow, but it is kind of disappointing, you know, in the holidays to not have that check for their families.
So while some of us may be dreading this long-awaited snowfall, Wingrove and the drivers at Madison Snow Removal are certainly ready to get out on the roads. They advise viewers to think ahead about snowplow or any other weather-related services they might need before the snow arrives, as they, of course, anticipate a pileup in business from here on out. Speaking of pileup, in the meantime, we want to remind viewers to be careful out there on the roads as it's getting darker, that lack of visibility. And we'll catch up with you later on News 3 Now at 5 with more updates. Reporting live in Madison, I'm Maddie Heimsch, News 3 Now.
All right, Maddie, thank you. Flags are at half-staff today. Longtime U.S. Senator from Wisconsin, Herb Kohl, passed away at the age of 88. Kohl leaves a massive legacy in Madison and also all across the Badger State, including the Kohl Center on the UW campus, where he donated millions of dollars to help finance construction of the arena that bears his name when it opened back in 1998. He also bought the Milwaukee Bucks in 1985, helping keep the team in Wisconsin. A Democrat, he served in the United States Senate from 1989 until 2013. Reaction to his death is pouring in from around the state, including chair of the Democratic Party, Ben Wickler, who knew Kohl firsthand.
Senator Kohl's slogan was, "Nobody's senator but yours." There was a real sense that the only person that he was working for was you, the voter. It wasn't about special interests or about big money donors or anything else. He was there to do the work because he loved Wisconsin and he wanted to lift Wisconsin up.
That sense of state and local pride is what led Cole to purchase the Milwaukee Bucks to keep them in his home city back in 1985 when he eventually sold the team in 2014 and provided $100 million to help build Fiserv Forum. He told crowds he was a proud man on a great day in Wisconsin. More reactions coming in from across state, including from the Bucks. The team says in a statement, quote, Senator Cole was a lifelong and proud Wisconsinite who cared deeply for his state and the city of Milwaukee. As the Bucks owner, he was steadfast in making sure the team remained in the city, and his generosity led to the building of Fiserv Forum, which is on Herb Cole Way. And Governor Evers also remembering the late senator. He says, quote, U.S. Senator Herb Cole dedicated his life to serving our kids, our communities, our state, and our country. Senator Cole was, without a doubt, nobody's senator but ours. Next at 5, the Board of Regents voting unanimously to terminate UW La Crosse Chancellor Joe Gao. This comes after he had appeared in sexually explicit videos along with his wife online. He was set to retire at the end of the academic year and was set to transition to a faculty position until then. And UW La Crosse Provost Betsy Morgan has been appointed interim chancellor, according to a press release. The Badgers gearing up for their bowl game against LSU down in Tampa, Florida. Our Zach Hanley just arrived. He's enjoying the sunny weather there, but it's not all practice this week for the Badgers. Zach, how are the Badgers getting ready for this one?
Yeah, Eric, bowl games are always a lot of fun. Not only do the team get to play in, nice warm weather, unlike Madison right now, but they get to experience the city. This week, the Badgers are touring Tampa. They're going to go to Busch Gardens. They're going to have a day at the beach. But today, they had the opportunity to brighten somebody else's day. Hunter Wohler, Muma Jungmeta, Marty Stray, and Tanner Mordecai were the 4 Badgers that made a visit to the children's wing of Tampa General Hospital to put smiles on faces and be a sort of distraction for the kids to not think about what they're going through or fighting for a couple of hours. A visit that was bigger than football and had a lasting impression on everyone involved. A nice little feel-good story ahead of the bowl game. And speaking of that game, we'll have much more on the Badgers as they're getting ready to take on LSU coming up at 6 in sports. For now, poolside in Tampa, Zach Hanley, News 3 Sports.
All right, Zach, thank you. Planned Parenthood is resuming abortion services at its clinic in Sheboygan after a county court there ruled earlier this month to affirm an earlier ruling saying state law allows consensual abortions. Some protesters were seen near the clinic holding signs. The U.S. Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade last year, resulting in a number of lawsuits in states across the country. One of those was filed here in Wisconsin. A judge ruled on it earlier this month, saying a state law from 1849 bans feticide, not consensual abortions. Madison police are planning for extra patrols next month with a focus on enforcing seatbelt and alcohol laws. Deputies with the Dane County Sheriff's Office will also be doing additional patrols, all possible through traffic overtime grants from the Wisconsin Department of Transportation. Police say the goal isn't to arrest more drivers, but to boost public safety and cut down on crashes. The owner of the Minocqua Brewing Company wants to keep former President Donald Trump off ballots here in Wisconsin. Kirk Gangstad filed a petition with the Wisconsin Elections Commission to bar Trump from the state's ballot. He says Trump violated the provision in the 14th Amendment that he engaged in an insurrection on January 6, 2021. It's anticipated the matter will end up in state court, but has to go through the Elections Commission process. Gangstad himself expects them to deny the petition and says if that happens, he says it's an issue he could take to the U.S. Supreme Court. If that happens, he hopes they'll leave it alone.
The Supreme Court, if they don't want to lessen their court any further in the eyes of America, will stay this decision as opposed to ruling on it in like a week, in like January 3rd or 4th when the Colorado ballots are printed.
The announcement comes a day after Michigan Supreme Court ruled Trump would remain on the Republican ballot there. However, a ruling in Colorado agreed to remove him from the state ballot, something the U.S. Supreme Court will likely rule on. Similar efforts have been made in other states, such as Maine and Virginia, to keep Trump off the ballot. Republican presidential hopeful Nikki Haley's exchange with a voter at a New Hampshire town hall has kicked up some controversy and criticism. It comes just a few weeks before Republicans in New Hampshire will pick who they want to see face President Biden in next year's general presidential election. Nicole Skanga has the details from Washington.
I I do believe Berlin is now my favorite place.
Campaigning in New Hampshire Wednesday, Nikki Haley stumbled into a controversy when she was asked about the cause of the Civil War.
Well, don't come with an easy question or anything. I mean, I think the cause of the Civil War was basically how government was going to run, the freedoms and what people could and couldn't do.
The questioner followed up, expressing surprise that she didn't mention slavery.
What do you want me to say about slavery? Next question.
The criticism of Haley was swift and bipartisan. GOP rival and Florida Governor Ron DeSantis weighed in today.
Not that difficult to identify and acknowledge the role slavery played in the Civil War, and yet that seemed to be something that was really difficult, and I don't even know what she was saying.
Fellow presidential contender Vivek Ramaswamy chimed in saying, "When you try to be everything to everyone, you're nothing to anyone." And President Biden retweeted a clip of the video saying simply, it was about slavery.
Wow, look at this.
Haley, who served as governor of South Carolina, worked to spin her answer during another stop in New Hampshire Thursday morning.
I guess if you grow up in the South, it's a given that it's about slavery. To me, it was about but freedom. What do you do? It's bigger than slavery. That was such a stain on our history. But what do you take from it going forward?
Haley has emerged as one of the leading challengers to former President Donald Trump.
Thank you.
Who remains the frontrunner for the GOP nomination. Nicole Skanga, CBS News, Washington.
Haley, who's from South Carolina, has struggled to answer that question in the past as well. She was asked about the cause of the Civil War during a 2010 interview, and she said it was about tradition versus change. Well, Americans are getting ready to say farewell to 2023, and for some, it's not a moment too soon. At the 17th annual Good Riddance Day event at Times Square in New York, people bid an early farewell to all sorts of things from this past year.
So we said saying goodbye to people-pleasing, self-doubt, and any anxiety whatsoever.
I want to get rid of all the bad stuff and just have a good, happy new year.
My sister was pregnant with her 4th child, and in her 7th month of pregnancy was diagnosed with lymphoma. So thankfully she overcame that battle, but we want to leave that in 2023 and say good riddance to cancer for her and for everybody else.
A magician was on hand to make the least favorite things about 2023 go up in flames, in keeping with a Latin American tradition that organizers say inspired Good Riddance Day. After the break, we'll continue our live team coverage and get a look at your first warn forecast with Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti, and we'll check back in on the evening commute, see how folks are managing these slippery conditions out there. And mixed numbers at the closing bell on Wall Street. The Dow adding more than 53.5 points. NASDAQ drops marginally, down 4. S&P 500 adds a couple. We'll be right back.
A good day starts with a great night's sleep on a new Tempur-Pedic from Steinhoffels. Tempur-Pedic mattresses are designed to make aches and pains a thing of the past by relieving pressure points and supporting the body as no other mattress can. Queen Tempur-Pedic mattresses start at $52 per month with Steinhoffels 60-month financing. And get $300 in Steinhoffels cash. Steinhoffels, your mattress destination. Shop in-store or online at steinhoffels.com.
Do more together this holiday in the Chevy that's right for you. The award-winning Chevy Equinox, the hard-working Chevy Silverado, or the all-new high-tech Chevy Trax. Whatever your plans are this season, do more in a new Chevy. Or qualified lessees can get this Equinox for around $269 a month. Or get 1.9% financing on all 2024 Equinox models.
Menards is the one-stop shop for everything you need. Get a truckload of savings on items you need every day for everyone in your household. We have it all, from big to small and everything in between. Brewpub Lots of Matzo Pizza is made with the hungry in mind. It's loaded with over ½ a pound of real Wisconsin cheese and piled high with your favorite premium toppings. Get 2 for $12 now at Menards. Limited time only.
Save big money at Menards.
A weekend of cash, cars, and celebration this New Year's Eve at Ho-Chunk Gaming, Wisconsin Dells. On Friday, we're giving away a Buick Envista Avenir. On Saturday, a Porsche Macan. On Sunday, New Year's Eve, have a chance to win multiple cash prizes. Also, 20 participants will win thousands of dollars with an opportunity to win 100 grand. Plus, there will be live music by Cherry Pie and Madison County. It will be a weekend bash this New Year's Eve at Ho-Chunk Gaming, Wisconsin Dells.
At Lawton Cates, your life counts is more than just a slogan. It's being prepared for all the challenges you may face after a serious injury. It's confronting every aspect of your case with honesty, integrity, and innovative solutions that have earned us a reputation for excellence in representing the injured. It's no wonder so many clients refer their own friends and family to our team of dedicated professionals year after year. Your life counts. Lawton Cates. Call today for a free consultation.
Coming up tonight, we'll have more on the life and legacy of late U.S. Senator Herb Kohl.
Plus, sports director Zach Hanley is in Florida as the Badgers prepare to take on LSU. The latest preview at 6.
From damaging drought to catastrophic flooding and severe storms in every season, the News 3 Now First Warn Weather Team gives you a deeper understanding of Wisconsin's ever-changing weather with special reports that go beyond the barometer. Only on News 3 Now. You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Right now, commuters are leaving work dealing with wet snow, slippery conditions out there. We continue our live team coverage with Maddie Heimsch. Maddie, how's traffic out there right now?
Eric, I'm back here off the Rona Road and the Beltline, where traffic is still moving pretty smoothly. The snow has lightened up. It's feeling a little more like rain. Down on the ground, it's definitely wet and heavy. I made this nice snowball. Well, I think it looks nice. With that wet and heavy snow, definitely the kind of snow you can make a snowman out of if there was enough. I'm not sure we'll get enough for that tonight. But on the road, we're not seeing many accidents like we were this morning. Instead, plenty of snowplows coming through, preparing for the rest of the night. The rain and snow should stop by midnight tonight completely. And tomorrow, like Gary told us earlier, should be pretty mild and maybe even a little bit of sun. Out live in Madison, I'm Maddie Heimsch, News 3 Now.
All right, Maddie, thank you. Parts of the east will face tricky holiday travel after dodging deadly blizzard conditions and ice that's slamming the U.S. this week. Crews from no fewer than 8 power companies are still working to restore electricity. Also in the upper Midwest, parts of North Dakota and Minnesota after an ice storm toppled hundreds of power lines. Some customers there may not have power until the weekend. Others maybe not until next week. Cleanup underway in several states as they deal with hazardous road conditions. The severe weather also adding stress and delays to air travel during one of the year's busiest weeks. Around here, snowfall many of you have been waiting for, but also those tricky road conditions. Gary, now with your complete First Warn forecast.
You know, sometimes a slushy wet snow is a little bit worse than a dry powdery snow because it traps water near the road and then you hydroplane. That's what makes it slippery. But the snowfall, it really hasn't amounted to very much. Brooklyn in the southern portion of Dane County, 2.4 inches. Officially at the Dane County Regional Airport, 2 inches. Same here at the station and in Middleton, Beaver Dam, about 1.5 inches. The farther west you go, the lesser the amounts turned out to be. Muscoda, only 0.2 of an inch of snow. This is a radar estimate from Snow Vision, and the 1 to 2 inch snowfall amounts are generally from southern portions of Lafayette County around Darlington to Monroe, Madison, and up into Beaver Dam, Watertown, Columbus. West of there, the amounts were a little bit less just because the heaviest precipitation stayed a little bit farther to the south. But now you can see a mixture of rain and snow, or just plain rain showers the farther north and east you go as milder air gets wrapped around the storm system. So the accumulating snow is now into parts of Iowa and Illinois moving away from us. 6-hour future track radar shows a gradual mix of rain and snow, changing to maybe just a few flurries and probably ending shortly after midnight. So I think all of the accumulating snow is done with here for the time being. 3 things you need to know in the forecast. The rain and snow showers should end around midnight, and then we're back to dry weather and mild conditions with highs in the upper 30s to near 40 degrees for tomorrow and Saturday. So we'll start melting some of that snow. Even low temperatures tonight staying around freezing or above, and that means we'll continue to melt the snow even overnight. As we head into next week, maybe a few flurries Saturday night into New Year's Day Sunday, or New Year's Eve Sunday, and then no precipitation for the rest of the week with near normal temperatures. As we look at the high temperature trend, we're getting back closer to normal, but the average high temperature drops from 29 to 27, and we're still above normal as we head through the end of next week. It's just that high temperatures are closer to freezing. And farther out into the future, 8 to 14-day temperature outlook calling for above normal temperatures still in the upper Midwest as the western part of the country starts to cool down and turn a little more stormy. In fact, much of the country expected to see above normal precipitation as we head into the second week of January. Upper Midwest, by and large, will stay pretty quiet until probably after the end of next week. Planning your night, look for those rain and snow showers, but notice those temperatures, 9 p.m., middle 30s, so that's not going to lead to any snow accumulation. Still in the mid-30s as everything starts to wind down around midnight, mid-30s by 3 a.m., low 30s farther out to the west, and then as we head into tomorrow morning, low temperatures will drop off to right around the freezing mark. Planning your night across Dane County, low of 31 in Mount Horeb and Mazomanie. To the south and east, Fitchburg 32 and 34 for the overnight low temperature in Albion. And across the rest of southern Wisconsin, Janesville drops to 35, but some breaks in the clouds will drop the temperature to 28 in Camp Douglas and 29 in La Crosse. For tomorrow, look for clouds in the morning, then some sunshine in the afternoon, high temperature at 40, so that will continue to melt some of the snow. First warned 7 to 10 day forecast, 37 Saturday. That flurry chance from Saturday night into New Year's Eve Sunday. I think midnight temperatures will be in the mid-20s, but notice the first week of the new year, temperatures still slightly above average, but no precipitation expected. Comfortable for this time of year. As we check out first warn traffic, it's between holidays, between Christmas and New Year's, traffic generally pretty light, which also helps out on the road. So even with the slushy snow, no problems on the Beltline, I-39, 90, 94 on the east side of Madison. Travel times on the Beltline, 17 minutes either direction between University Avenue and I-39, 90. Inbound from Sun Prairie to downtown takes you 19 minutes. The same trip outbound is a 17-minute commute tonight, 18 minutes on US 12 from Middleton to Sauk City, and I-39, 90 from the Beltline to Janesville will take you 25 minutes. That's your news for now. First warn traffic.
All right, Gary, thank you. If you're a person who's pregnant or planning to be pregnant, stay tuned. A certain type of medication could be causing miscarriages. More details next on News 3 Now at 5.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Whatever the holidays mean to you, get the most out of them in a new Honda. Whether it's taking in the lights with all your friends in a spacious Accord, or taking in a snow day in a rugged CRV. Your holiday adventure awaits with a new Honda during Happy Honda Days. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, farm is in our name, so you know we're animal experts, offering the quality pet food, supplies, and advice you need for healthy, happy pets. Right now, get a free $20 gift card when you spend $100 on Hill's Science Diet dog or cat food. 40-pound bags of black oil sunflower seed, $21.99. And save on Blaine's antifreeze and coolant, $10.79 a gallon. Plus, order select pet and animal prescriptions online at blainesrx.com.
Find value at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Thousands of our heroes face the difficult choice between keeping their heat and power on or facing homelessness. 21,000 Wisconsin veterans are living below the poverty line, many impacted by physical or mental health challenges. Wisconsin loses 3 veterans to suicide every week. Together, our mission is to provide all struggling Wisconsin veterans with a critical survival safety net that keeps them safely in their homes. You can make a real difference by providing a donation to the Wisconsin Heat and Housing for Heroes initiative, with 95 cents of every dollar donated going directly to those right here in your community. Help by visiting www.heatforheroes.org. or by calling 1-800-891-9276. That's 800-891-9276.
This right here is confidence in a bottle.
It makes me feel so much more confident than I've ever felt.
They are some of the hottest videos on social media. Those videos claiming to instantly get rid of bags under your eyes. Annette Figueroa is here to tell us why she says this one is for real.
This one is for real, and I'm so excited. We even have a video, and all he uses is a small amount on a clean, dry face. And what it does is it tightens and lifts the appearance of bags underneath your eyes. And I did this to my father. We were at home, so we applied it to his under eye bags, and let me tell you, we were so excited. In under 10 minutes, they visibly disappeared from view, and now it is literally part of both of our daily routines. And not only does it work on the bags, it works on the appearance of crow's feet, fine lines, and wrinkles.
This new year is the best time to try Plexiderm at our startup price of only $14.95. Your solution is at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
A common anxiety and insomnia medication could contribute to miscarriages. A study in JAMA Psychiatry found pregnant women who took benzodiazepines had a 70% increased risk of miscarriage even after accounting for other factors, including genetics. Researchers say healthcare providers need to carefully consider the risk-benefit ratio for pregnant patients. Doctors are warning asthma patients about a big change coming to inhalers. Starting January 1st, the asthma inhaler Flovent, made by GSK, will disappear from pharmacy shelves. Physicians say an authorized generic version will take its place, and they say that'll work just as well. However, it doesn't appear to be covered as widely by your insurance companies. Doctors are urging patients to take action now to get new prescriptions and sort out any coverage issues they might have, especially since it is respiratory virus season. Having a four-legged friend may slow the rate of cognitive decline among older adults who live alone. That's according to a new study that was published earlier this week after researchers in China looked at data from nearly 8,000 people who were 50 or older. They found pet ownership was associated with slower rates of decline in verbal cognition, verbal memory, and fluency in those who did live alone. The new study was published Tuesday in the journal JAMA Network Open. And if you wanted to see astronauts return to the moon, you may have to wait a few more years now. It's been more than a half century since astronauts last landed on the moon during the Apollo 17 mission. Well, now it seems the long-anticipated return with an Artemis 3 crew might take longer than hoped.
The Government Accountability Office said it's more likely to slip into 2026, maybe 2027, because of supply chain problems and trouble developing SpaceX's new Super Heavy rocket, the upper stage of which is going to be the moon lander. They haven't gotten that perfected yet, and that's going to take some time.
The moon mission had been tentatively scheduled for December of 25 when astronauts finally do return. NASA has announced plans to explore the region near the moon's south pole for the first time. We're back with a final check of your First Warn forecast after a short break.
The After Christmas 36-hour sale is this Tuesday through Thursday at Ashley. Save up to 83% off on doorbusters and special buys, all with special interest financing for 5 years. Don't miss this massive savings event, only at Ashley.
Want to instantly look more attractive, years younger, and even healthier? The solution is whiter teeth. Even teeth that are just a little yellow are a problem. They rob your appearance, make you look older, and can hurt your confidence. But you love coffee and tea, maybe even wine or smoking, and all of them stain your teeth and make them yellow. It's time you discovered Power Swabs, the fast 5-minute revolutionary treatment.
The first time I tried it, I was so surprised. My husband was so excited that he wanted to run out and get it. He said, "What have you been trying?" I said, "Well, I've tried this product called Power Swab." And he said, "I can't believe how white your teeth are." So from that point on, I've been sold.
My absolute favorite thing was how easy it was. It takes literally less than 5 minutes.
Power Swabs has made a really big difference in lifting the stains and making my smile more beautiful.
Power Swabs are guaranteed to whiten your teeth up to 2 shades after the first application. And after 5-minute daily treatments for the next week, your teeth will be an average of 6 shades whiter. Plus, unlike other whitening methods, Power Swabs will whiten natural teeth and remove stains from veneers, bonding, caps, and crowns. Power Swabs are easier on your gums and cause less sensitivity.
I've used strips and trays, and they both gave me really sensitive teeth. With the Power Swabs, I've been using them for a week and nothing. I had hot coffee this morning and ice cream last night and no problems.
It's time to discover what you've been missing. Now, it's your turn to get started with Power Swabs.
I like my smile.
I like my smile after finishing the power swabs.
This is a Power Swab smile.
This is a Power Swab smile.
This is a Power Swab smile.
Call, go online, or scan the code on your screen right now to receive 50% off this new year. You'll also receive the Power Swab Stain Out Quick Stick, absolutely free. And in addition, you will also get free shipping. Order right now and take the Power Swab's 5-minute challenge. If your teeth aren't a full 2 shades whiter after your first application, simply return it and you'll get your money back.
Transform your bathroom today at Menards. Create your dream bathroom with Sterling tubs, showers, and doors that fit your style and budget. Like this finesse shower door. Get it for $399.99. Put the finishing touches on your kitchen or bathroom with a faucet from Moen. Moen products are built to last. This mica matte black bathroom faucet is easy to install. No tools are needed. On sale for $89.99 now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
The After Christmas 36-hour sale is this Tuesday through Thursday at Ashley. Save up to 83% off on doorbusters and special buys, all with special interest financing for 5 years. Don't miss this massive savings event, only at Ashley.
Coming up on the CBS Evening News. In tonight's Eye on America, how the cotton industry is using DNA, that's right, DNA, to track exactly where our clothes, sheets, and towels are coming from. That story and tonight's headlines on the CBS Evening News.
Coming up on News 3 now at 6, our political reporter Will Keneally takes a look at the legacy that longtime Wisconsin Senator Herb Kohl left behind. Join us for that story and more ahead in the next half hour. You might be headed to your nearest gas station like our producer Andrea after you hear this. An estimated $760 million jackpot up for grabs in the next Powerball drawing. No winning ticket was drawn Wednesday night. It's now the 4th biggest Powerball jackpot over the 4th biggest. Actually, it's the 4th one over $500 million this year alone. And the next drawing Saturday, as always, 9:59 Central Time. After more than 2 months with no jackpot, I looked this up. The lump sum after taxes in Wisconsin, $212 million.
If I win, I'll speed my retirement.
You might retire.
A little bit. Or get a Doppler radar. I keep throwing.
You'd have your own at home.
Right.
Gary's back, and we're hoping that these roads get a chance to clear up a bit out there.
I think they will. I mean, right now, temperatures are above freezing for the most part. There's a live view from the Edgewater Sky Cam. A little haziness. There's some light snow and even a little bit of fog. But you can see the transition from snow to rain, or a mix of rain and snow, actually from the northeast to the southwest. The accumulating snow more into northern Illinois now. 6-hour future track radar shows a mix of rain and snow showers, but notice the visibilities right now. They're improving. Madison at 4 miles. We were at 2.5 miles last hour. So the lower visibilities where the heavier snow is occurring down into eastern Iowa and northwestern Illinois. And there are the temperatures. Again, not far above freezing, but far enough that we should just see either slushy snow or a mix of rain and snow. 34 right now in Madison.
All right, Gary, thanks. We're back in 30 minutes with News 3 now at 6. Stay tuned now for the CBS Evening News.